So I wanted to share a story. It's actually a local story here in the Rockwall area, and it's about a man who had a heart attack, died, but came back to life. Now, that story on its own is miraculously awesome to hear, but not only did this man return from the dead, but he's also a man of God that I want to showcase because of his outreach in the community. He is the owner of Christian Wrestling Federation here in Rockwall. I did not know that there was a Christian wrestling gym federation here in my area, and I'm a big wrestling fan. I've been watching wrestling since I was about yay high. Me, my family would always be watching Raw, and you know how that goes. So the man of God that I want to spotlight tonight, his name is Rob Vaughn. Every other week, I believe, he has matches here in Rockwall. I'm going to leave the information in the description. If you live in the Rockwall or just the Dallas area, please come and check it out. I went to one of my first matches a couple of weeks ago. This was actually a cage match, which was, oh my God, it was energetic. A wrestling match, a fight, a battle like this, and especially seeing it live, it makes you want to go out and put on some little trunks and go wrestle. You know what I'm saying? And he actually does have a training school, so you may want to check that out. Here is some videos of the cage match. So we enjoyed it. I took my pops and I took my stepdaughter and my niece, and we had a blast. So I'm definitely going to go to more events because I'm telling you guys, it was fantastic. The funny thing is, at the gym that I go to, I've seen a couple of the wrestlers there. Of course, I'm not going to go fan out and fanboy out. You know, they're doing their thing. They're getting pumped. They're getting ready for that action. But let's talk about Rob Vaughn, a.k.a. Jesus Freak. Let's check out his news story.
A double shot super kick, and that could be all she wrote.
When we first met Rob Vaughn,
and the Jesus Freak,
it was pretty obvious he was a Jesus freak.
Where is he getting the stamina? This second
It
win.
said so on his shorts, and that he'd found a pretty remarkable way to draw a crowd, just so he could do this.
Man, that's the greatest tag team partner you can find right there. Is Jesus.
A ministry going on nearly 20 years. But on June 12th, after a night of wrestling, the applause stopped. In his tiny rental home in Rockwall,
what's the location of your emergency?
Rob Vaughn was dead.
So I'm at my house.
His daughter Brooke made the call.
And my stepdad is in the shower, and my mom's trying to get him out. We don't think he's breathing.
He was on the bathroom floor, his body blocking the closed door.
Mom, I need you to tell me what to tell the... Oh my God! He's dead! No, the door's closed. I don't need to hurry. He's trying to give him CPR.
Rob's wife Beth wrestled the bathroom door open and crawled inside.
Mom, he's breathing! No! She said no.
We're going to work with him. We're going to try to help him. I need you to put me on speakerphone, and I'm going to walk you through CPR, okay? Count out loud so I can count with you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It had been less than 4 minutes since they called for help, when that help stormed through the front door.
Are they here?
Is somebody there with you?
Yes, they're here.
Okay, I'm going to let you go work with them.
Now, he was gray, his eyes were pointing different directions, his lips were blue, and I didn't think he was going to make it.
Rockwall police officer David Taylor was on patrol in the neighborhood that night, followed by a second officer and paramedics who shocked Rob Vaughn, restarting his heart 3 times. And once they rushed him to Baylor Scott and White Lake Point in Rowlett, they had to shock him 2 times more. It was a complete blockage, the one they called the Widowmaker. That's what they told his wife.
But I kept remembering in my head, I just found you. I just found you 8 years ago. I am not ready to give you up.
And she didn't have to.
If we were still in our big house, we would have been on opposite ends of the house, and she may not have found me in time.
Because Rob Vaughn, now with a stent in that mended heart, is alive.
I know they say, well, it's just doing my job. Well, doing their job kept the family together.
Mm-hmm.
And her remembering CPR kept me around. So it's more than just doing a job.
And there was one more person he needed to tell that to, the police officer with the British accent. It happened at Rockwall City Hall.
I'm glad you're.
Yes, thank you.
You're very glad.
We're good to finally meet you.
That's definitely the highlight of my career. Yeah, he's still here to enjoy his life with his family, his daughter, his wife.
I know they said they're just doing their job. They're not heroes, but they are to me because they kept our family together.
Angel is all I can say. These are the angels right here.
Those angels got life-saving commendations that night, and the City Hall crowd got a special visitor.
I just want to say thank you. I'm the life that they saved that night, so I am glad to be here.
And that's what Rob and his family promised to do now. A man used to spreading the gospel has a couple of extra verses to share now. The gospel of CPR.
God still has work for Rob Vaughn and I and this family to do.
You know, we are here to champion that people need to learn CPR. It does save lives.
Yes.
Because wrestling mat or bathroom floor,
And we don't know how many days we have on this earth.
he's not down for the count just yet. In Rockwall.
So that's an amazing story, testimony there. I'm gonna share a story with y'all that happened a few years ago, and it just seemed like it was just last year, but the same scenario that just happened there happened to my father-in-law. He passed away. He had a major heart attack at the apartment we were at, and it happened just right in front of us. And you know, if we knew CPR, I think he would have probably had a better chance of surviving. You know, we didn't know what happened, so he was fine. He was out in the balcony, and he just came in and went to the restroom, and then we just heard, you know, him fall on the ground, and I was able to get through the door. Of course, he was laying motionlessly in the on the floor, and that's when me and my wife, we were trying to wake him up. Of course, we got on 911. Basically, the same thing would happen here. The paramedics on the other line were trying to help us, you know, assess the situation to where we could help just make him as comfortable as possible. But of course, he didn't make it. He passed away. And you know, sometimes we ask ourselves, why did this have to happen to us and not to somebody else? You know, I think we all have a expiration date, if you will. You know, death cannot be avoided. It doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter how famous you are. It doesn't matter any of that stuff. When it's your time, it's your time. Right before Thanksgiving, my only brother passed away. And so it's only been, probably about a month or so. And it's hard. We're in the grieving stages right now. But death can come at any time. And of course, I'm kind of sidetracking from the video, the wrestling video. We'll get back to that, but I guess my point is, we have to get right with Jesus. We have to get right with the Lord. We have to believe in Jesus because we don't know when we're going to go. Now, as far as me and my family, we don't fear death. God didn't give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So we know for sure, if I was to go right now, my wife, my family would have peace. If my wife was to go now, we would have peace. I would have peace. Of course, I'd be sad, heartbroken, and those type of emotions. But I know that my wife would be in a better place, just like my father-in-law's in a better place. My brother's in a better place. They're with the Lord. And that's what that's what caught my attention from Brother Rob's story that I just seen here on YouTube is he's able now to share that experience with others in the community. Rob is able to use his talent, which is wrestling, which we all love, which most of us here in Texas and the South, we love wrestling. And he's able to use that and actually minister and outreach to those around us. I believe he's also used that wrestling platform in other countries as well and other states. Check out into his wrestling ministry, guys. It's on YouTube. Just look up Christian Wrestling Federation. You'll see all the matches there. Support this ministry, especially if you live in the Dallas DFW area. I mean, come and support this wrestling federation. It's great. It's awesome. Last week, I think they just had a ladder match, which I missed because we had a Christmas party at church, so I wasn't able to make that. But I just wanted you guys and highlight Mr. Rob Vaughn's, a.k.a. Jesus Freak, and share his story with you guys. And don't forget, guys, please subscribe, please like, love one another, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.